When Game of Thrones ended in 2019, it wasn't just a TV show ending. It was the fall of a global empire. Millions of fans were furious, heartbroken, and confused. But what most people never saw was how that chaos spilled into the real lives of the actors. Behind the fame and fortune, the cast was facing emotional breakdowns, public pressure, and personal struggles. This is the untold story of what really happened to the cast of Game of Thrones after the finale The Fallout, when fame turned heavy. The final season divided the world. More than 1 million fans even signed a petition asking HBO to remake it. But while fans were angry, the cast was broken. Emilia Clarke received online hate for Daenerys' sudden turn to madness. Kit Harington couldn't handle the pressure anymore. The fame that once made them global icons suddenly became a burden too heavy to carry. Kit Harington, the king who fell apart and rose again, Jon Snow, the face of the show, the loyal warrior, the tragic hero, the man who knew nothing. But after the finale, Kit Harington checked into a rehab facility for stress and exhaustion. He later admitted the fame had broken him, saying, "My darkest moments were after Thrones ended." He took a step back from Hollywood, healed, and slowly rebuilt himself. Years later, he returned stronger, starring in Eternals and several stage plays, now focusing on peace over pressure. Jon Snow might not have wanted the throne, but Kit finally found his balance. Emilia Clarke, the real queen who survived. Emilia Clarke was the heart of Game of Thrones, the mother of dragons, breaker of chains, and in real life, a fighter. During filming, she secretly survived 2 life-threatening brain aneurysms. She came back stronger every time, and no one even knew until years later. When Daenerys' ending angered fans, she received waves of hate online. But Emilia didn't fight back. She rose above it. She founded Same You, a charity helping brain injury survivors, and continues to inspire millions with her kindness and strength. She proved you don't need dragons to be a queen. Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner, the lost childhood. Maisie Williams and Sophie Turner grew up in front of cameras. At 12 and 14, they were thrown into global fame. No normal teenage years, no privacy. After the finale, Maisie confessed she lost her sense of identity, saying she didn't know who she was without Arya Stark. She later took time off to rediscover herself through art and fashion. Sophie Turner faced her own battles: depression, anxiety, and the pressures of fame. After marrying Joe Jonas, her life turned into a media storm, ending in a very public breakup. Fame came early, but peace took time. The power trio, Tyrion, Cersei, and Jaime's real journey. Peter Dinklage, the brilliant Tyrion Lannister, stood tall amid the chaos. He defended the show's ending, saying, "It made sense." After Thrones, he shifted toward meaningful indie films and powerful voice work, proving talent never needs a throne. Lena Headey, the fierce Cersei, faced the opposite. After years of ruling Westeros, she found herself typecast, struggling to find equally strong roles. She admitted, "It's hard to let go of Cersei." Nikolai Coster-Waldau, our golden-handed Jaime, chose to step away from fame. He focused on emotional, smaller projects and using his platform for environmental activism. Each of them learned that life after Westeros meant starting over, from the ground up. The hidden cost of greatness. It's easy to remember the dragons, the battles, the blood. But behind the fantasy was a very real human cost. The cast spent nearly a decade in a world that blurred reality. When it ended, so did a huge part of their lives. Some fell apart, some disappeared for years. But all of them carried the same lesson. Greatness always comes with a price. The Iron Throne may have melted, but the legacy of Game of Thrones will never fade. For its cast, the journey was painful, beautiful, and unforgettable. Because in the game of fame, you win or you break, and they did both.